This house is located in Independence, Missouri, and because of its location, this house is an insane value. If you stick around until the very end, I'm gonna show you every nook and cranny of this house, including this most insane basement that I've ever seen. One of the features that you promise I've never shown you on this channel before. But if you watch this video, we're gonna go through all sorts of price points in Independence and all sorts of things to do. So let's go. Okay, so behind me is this complex, the Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World Complex, one of the main attractions in Independence. Now let me tell you a quick story. When we first came to Kansas City, before we moved here, we visited and we didn't know what to do. We were just visiting the school that I was going to, and we decided we were gonna go explore. So we went to Lake Jacomo because we noticed it on a map, drove all the way down, and I featured Lake Jacomo in my Blue Springs video. And on our way, we noticed this and we pulled off and we went to Bass Pro Shops. I don't know why, it was kind of a random thing. It was fun to just go to Bass Pro and to walk around, but it's not just Bass Pro. You have the Duluth Trading Company right there. And then when we used to come out here, this was the Hobby Lobby that we would go to. I think we had a lot of other Hobby Lobbies that were closer to us when we lived in Gladstone, but for some reason, my wife came down to this Hobby Lobby, and next to it is Mardel, which is like a Christian education, like homeschool thing, where my wife also likes to shop too. So, like I said before, if you are gonna live in Independence, one of the main things to do, this Bass Pro Shops right here. So we've talked about Independence as being a great value, and this house in Independence is actually surprisingly affordable compared to the rest of the metro. The average price point in Independence is way down in the twos, you know, like low twos, maybe mid twos, depending on the time that you're watching this video, because if you're watching it in the spring, it's gonna be higher because there's gonna be more homes on the market bringing that average up. But this house is a pretty big house, but before we even get inside, notice first, really nice brickwork outside. The second thing I want you to notice too is if you're gonna tour a home yourself, you're gonna wanna notice things like this, especially if you don't wanna use a buyer's agent. Look, this driveway has settled quite a bit, and this is gonna make your car kind of tough to get up and in, especially if you have a lower car. Okay, so that might be a non-starter for you. They have something here they call mud jacking, where they drill into it, pump mud underneath. The best way to do it though is to get a foundation out here and to put some piers underneath this to lift it up. It's expensive, it can be in the thousands, but you're gonna wanna notice stuff like that. And also, that's kind of why you're gonna wanna hire us if you wanna buy a home in Kansas City. 816-4MOVE-KC. Our team can help you navigate these issues with sellers. So come on inside and let's take a look at what slightly higher than the average price point can get you in Independence. And I would say if you drop this house in Lee Summit, if you drop this house in Overland Park, I mean, this house is probably much more than what you're gonna get in Independence. Now, of course, you're living sometimes in a much more desirable area in those cases, depending on what you describe as desirable. But you come in here, you've got this big living room, and carpet is probably good for another 5 years at least. You don't have to change anything. I like this built-in bookshelf. You know, for us, we'd probably have toys up here. You know, like my kids would have their Legos or their books in here. Really, really nice feature. I like that a lot. You've got a gas fireplace. Typically with these, there's a switch that you can flip. They turn right on. Keep yourself warm in such a cold time in Kansas City. It's like 18 degrees right now, so it's really cold. And if you come through here, you've got a really nice functional kitchen. First, you've got an eat-in area here, which is definitely usable, especially if you have a nice round table you can put right there, fill it out really nicely. And then the rest of the kitchen is maybe a little bit outdated, maybe could use some cosmetic upgrades, but overall, it's really nice. You got nice countertops, you've got nice cabinets ready for you to use, appliances are functional, and then it's attached to the laundry area. You know how much I love laundry on the main area because it's just so much more convenient. You don't have to go downstairs, haul your load downstairs, wash it, haul it back up. You know, we use cloth diapers as a family, and that's the one thing that almost got us to quit, is the hauling the laundry upstairs and downstairs. Just a massive pain in the butt. Primary bedroom is quite large, overlooking, a really nice area, this nice subdivision. Again, with Independence, it's hit and miss, right? You've got to know exactly where to go. This area, I wouldn't necessarily be worried, but it does. I mean, we want to be honest with you in this channel. The history of Independence in general does have a slight stigma in terms of with people who are in Kansas City, sometimes they hear Independence, they don't think that, they don't have the best things to think about. But look, I mean, you can get this beautiful home in Independence, and this is on a very safe, quiet neighborhood. There's been nobody here since we've been here. Come through here, you got an in-suite bathroom, as well as a really nice closet. 2 sinks, which is great. On this side, you've got your shower, your toilet, and then through here, you've got quite a large walk-in closet. Let's head downstairs, but before we get downstairs, on this plan, there is a front bedroom, and this front bedroom is great for kids, great for an office. It's got plenty of natural light facing the front of the street, and this is situated not towards the end of the cul-de-sac, but along the cul-de-sac, so you know that people who are coming through here, they're mostly people who live here, so that's nice with the privacy aspect of it. And then you also got a full bathroom right here. Let's go downstairs. There's a massive living area downstairs and more bedrooms. So like I said before, big living area downstairs, perfect for a theater, especially if you put the theater kind of facing this way, because then you could, block this part out, and I don't know, maybe put the screen up like this, and then you could roll it up in case you needed to access the door. Might be cool. In here is unfinished storage. So whenever you're looking in the unfinished parts of a house, you're trying to see if the foundation still has a lot of integrity, if there's any big cracks or any signs of water intrusion. I mean, you see one right here. This is pretty normal, this type of crack along the concrete. I would say overall this house is in pretty good shape, but you see stuff like that, you see stuff with the driveway. Those are stuff that you need to negotiate and you need to be aware of if you can't negotiate and the market is too hot that people are just gonna take a house as is. Let's go see another part of the house. The downstairs living area just continues to keep going. You've got this chimney that also continues, a fireplace that continues along with the same chimney. I'm sure it uses the same flue to vent out the hot gases. And then you got more living area here. So, I mean, really a massive basement. Basically the whole footprint of the house, good bit of it is finished, adding some value to you as well. And then here's bedroom number 3. So if you got a teenager that wants privacy, peace and quiet, this is the place to put them. They're far away from you. They can listen to their Linkin Park. I don't know, what are young kids listening to nowadays? I don't know. They can listen to their punk rock and do their own thing down here, okay? Hopefully that doesn't make me seem too old, because that's what I just listen to Linkin Park and My Chemical Romance. This would have been my room. Super angsty teen Jalen just down here like contemplating life, right? Let's go see the bathroom here. The bathroom is definitely very green, but also very nice. I mean, it's a full bathroom down here for your angsty teen to use. You got the toilet, sink, and then you got the shower there too. So I said this house is above the average price point of Independence, but we're gonna go down to a house that is right in that average price point, but there's a caveat, because this house is kind of crazy. It's got a really crazy basement, and there's something that is keeping this next house from selling. But this house is on the market right now, the one that we're in, for $350,000. We're gonna go to a house in another part of Independence that's a whole $100,000 less. But I'll let you decide which house you think is better, because the other house has been on the market for quite a while, and I'll tell you why. Okay, this eye-catching, crazy-looking building behind me is the Church of Christ Temple. And from what I understand, when I first did this tour of all of Kansas City, it's on my YouTube page, and I had 3 people affiliated with the Church of Christ when I did this kind of stop in my tour say I got it wrong. Okay, so in that tour, I had said that the LDS people of the LDS faith believe that Jesus is coming back right here to Independence, Missouri. And so I've talked to past LDS clients and also a couple of people who called me on my YouTube channel. Apparently some people think that, okay, some LDS believers think that, but not everybody does. And the people who do think that don't necessarily think he's coming back right here to this temple. They think that there's a spot right outside the temple that you can see from the drone footage, because there is an LDS, this is Community of Christ, there is an LDS kind of visitor center out there, and then there's another significant site right off of this temple. But if you didn't know, Kansas City is actually a very historic site for people of the LDS faith, because Joseph Smith was kept in the Liberty Jail. If you want more on that, check out our Liberty tour. And then also Adamon Diamond, which is an area where they believe the historical Adam is buried, is just, I think, north of us here in Independence. So I get a ton of LDS clients who move here I want to talk about the significance of independence. So I kind of want to be careful about what I do say, because honestly, I just don't know. We're Christians, we're Protestant Christians, so I don't know the history of the LDS faith. And I don't want to say something that's wrong based on internet research, and I had people reach out saying I was wrong already. But this super eye-catching temple here is the Community of Christ Temple. Across the street, you have the LDS Visitor Center. But we're going to head to the historic Truman Courthouse, because these are cool to look at, but if you're not of the Community of Christ and you're not of the LDS faith, you can tour these sometimes, but you're probably not going to come here. But if you move to Jackson County, you will go to the Truman Courthouse. So let's go there. So behind me is the Jackson County Courthouse. This is the historic Harry S. Truman Courthouse. It's probably what it's called on Google. If you don't know, Harry Truman was born in Independence, Missouri. That's one of the claims to fame here. Now, I said earlier that if you live in Jackson County, you will probably come to this courthouse. The reason why is because you pay your personal property taxes here. Yes, you can set it up online, but initially, if you're going to move here, you want to re-register a vehicle, you're going to have to pay personal property taxes here at this courthouse. You're going to have to get in this whole, app, and then get in line and get in a queue, show up at 8 a.m. when it's like frigid cold, and pay your personal property taxes. If you're coming from a state where you don't have personal property taxes, good on you. If you don't know what they are, they're basically, hey, you own a car, you own a boat, every year they're going to tax you on it. Why? Because America, that's why, right? You just get taxed every year for your car and your boat. And of course you get property taxes, that's gonna be everywhere in America, but personal property taxes gonna be right here. Traffic court, I think, also is right here as well. And then if you look around, we are in downtown Independence. You've got a bunch of really charming stores and a bunch of other things to do around here. You can come out here to eat. There's a cinema behind me here. This is a really cool place. Right over here there's a farmer's market. You can see it a little bit better. Not necessarily where we're standing, but this is a Independence Farmer's Market is right there. You can see it in the drone photos. So this is a cool spot if you live in Independence to come down here. It's going to be a pretty safe spot. I've mentioned safety before in the videos. One of the stigmas about Independence is that it's an unsafe area. But again, if you know where to go and you know how to find a home in a quiet area, we've helped clients relocate to Independence and they love it. 816-4MOVE-KC is our number. Call or text us. We have a whole team of agents who are willing to help you move to Independence. Now let's go check out some other things to do in Independence. Another main attraction in Independence, Missouri is the Cable Dahmer Arena. Here the KC Mavericks play. We don't have like an NHL hockey team. We also don't have an NBA team. We only have the Royals, we have the Chiefs, we have MLS, but we don't have NBA and we don't have hockey. But we do have a kind of feeder team that's a minor league hockey team, from what I understand, called the KC Mavericks. This is a fun place to go if you have kids. In fact, we're gonna get our kids to the Cable Dahmer Arena later this season to see the Mavericks, because it's not super expensive. It's not as much as, where I grew up in LA, we had the Kings and we had the Ducks, and those games were a lot of fun, but they could get pretty expensive. My kids love sporting games, so we're gonna go check out the KC Mavericks. Also, you can head inside, which you're gonna do right now, because this is free to the public, open to the public, not free, but open to the public ice skating rink. So we're inside the community ice side of the Cable Dahmer Arena, where you've got, it's not free skate, you have to pay to skate, but you can come in here and just kind of watch practices going on. You've got adults, you got kids, everybody's having a good time. It's a snow day today, so that's probably why there are kids on the ice in the middle of a, school day, but you can see this is a pretty popular area to come and ice skate. We are at a house in Independence, and usually I wait until the very end to tell you the price, but I'm gonna tell you, this house is $250,000. And it's huge, it's massive, it's beautiful, Tudor. You're gonna say, hey, what's the catch? I told you houses in Independence are a little bit lower price point than you're gonna find around the metro, and I'll show you the catch. If you stick around, we're gonna meet right out here, and I'll show you exactly why this house is still on the market for $250,000. But let's go see inside, because it's got a crazy basement, but you're gonna have to stick around to see why this is not selling. Come on. Come inside to this cozy 1940s Tudor, which is a very common style that you see in Kansas City, especially in these older homes. These Tudors are really popular in the Brookside area, the Waldo area, areas where houses are approaching 100 years old. And in Independence, a lot of the houses are older. And like I said, it's $250,000. There is a big catch though, so you're gonna have to stick around. But you come inside and you see, wow, there's a lot of space in this living area. Nicely staged, wood burning fireplace, big room. Awesome for family gatherings, functions, having guests over, super great. Let's go in here. One of the things that a lot of the clients who are calling me looking for houses need is a formal dining room, and this one has it. plenty of space. You could put a much bigger table than this here. I mean, heck, you could put my 9-foot table and you'd have plenty of room. This is way bigger than the dining room I have in my house. Let's go into the kitchen. Kitchen's a little bit antiquated, but still pretty nice. You've got nice granite countertops. Needs a little bit of a refresh for the counter space, but sometimes people just, you know, want to put a fresh coat of paint on this and keep it, because it's kind of true, you know, kind of like when older people say they don't make them like they used to. There's some validity to that sometimes. You can kind of tell that a 1940s, you know, stock kind of kitchen does have a certain charm, eloquence, and quality that some even newer, I would say kind of like the weakest era of kitchens are like 1970s, 1980s. When we moved into our Gladstone house, we had a kitchen that was original from the 1970s, and the cabinets felt a lot flimsier than these. Was kind of like that, you know, like that ugly kind of oak color, but hey, it's still our house. We love it. In this kitchen too, you've got this cute little eat-in area. So if you don't want to have a formal dining area, if you don't want to have a formal meal, come inside here. Come over here and let me show you something. Now we're gonna go into the basement because there's some crazy stuff down there. But before we do that, let's come into this kind of patio sitting room that you have 2 entrances to. So this is almost, you know, like if you wanted to switch these windows out to like a mesh, so you could make this into like a almost like a 2 seasons room or something like that, you could do that. Right now it's actually pretty well insulated. This is really cool because what you could do with this is a study, a library, just have tons of natural light pouring in, and it does loop all the way back around to the living room. Before we go downstairs to the basement though, let me show you the bedrooms, because there are quite big bedrooms in this house. As we come through here to these 3 bedrooms over here, I want you to notice you've got this built-in shelf, and it's kind of elegant too. You've got the molding kind of popping out a little bit, pretty nice. This is a full 3-bed, 3-bathroom house, so this is one of the bathrooms. As you can see, it's got full shower, older, a little bit more antiquated tile, but like I said before, one of the things about Independence that kind of drive people away, I commonly do have people who know the area say, I don't want to live in Independence. There's drugs there, there's crimes there. You know, that's probably true across the metro as a whole. Like there are definitely areas that you want to avoid, but with Independence, you're gonna want to find the right spots. And that's where our team can help you. 816-4-MOVE-KC. We know Independence well. We know these higher crime areas well, and we can help you navigate these areas so that you don't end up in the wrong spot. Again, reach out if you're looking to buy a home in Kansas City, 816-4-MOVE-KC. Let's go to the rest of the bedrooms. Let's go in here, and you can see this is the primary bedroom. Biggest bedroom of the lot. King size bed, I mean, with a really big headboard and footer, fits with plenty of room. So you've got this very large bedroom, and in a house that is built in the 1940s, I will tell you, sometimes what they're lacking on is bathroom space and closet space. But here you have 2 separate closets, nice big bathrooms. I mean, you could have everything you want. Again, stick around. I'll tell you why this house still hasn't sold. Let's go. Coming to bedroom number 2, and a couple things that I'm already noticing about this. So here, let me just get a little bit technical with you. If you're looking at this outlet right here, come a little bit closer and you can see it. You can only see there are 2 prongs on that outlet. That's gonna tell you that there's no grounding wire to that outlet. This is probably original electrical. Now, I'm not an electrician, but I've been around enough electricians and around enough inspections to know that if you plug in an appliance in that, and it's probably gonna be fine for like a light or something like that. Again, not an electrician, so I'm gonna caveat that. But if you plug in an appliance that takes more power, you're gonna want something that's grounded. You're gonna want an outlet that's grounded. And in 1940s builds, it's very common to have ungrounded outlets. So that's something that when you get under contract and you're getting an older house, get an inspection, get an electrician out there. We know a lot of people, again, 816-4-MOVE-KC, we can help you with your home purchase, but get somebody out there who knows what they're talking about to see what issues you have with your home. Again, 2 closets in this bigger bedroom. So this is huge. I mean, this closet is practically walk-in, and this is a massive closet for a 1940s closet, I'll tell you that right now. You're gonna see more storage here, 2 linens closets, and then down the hallway is a room that actually has an en-suite bathroom. So we're gonna see that in a little bit, but I hesitate to say this is a primary because the one up front is so much bigger, but it's kind of nice. I would probably use this as my bedroom if I lived in this house because it's the furthest in the back. It's also big enough for a king-size bed if you wanted it, and it has an en-suite bathroom with the tub shower combo. Now this circles all the way back around to the dining room. been, and we've shown you the entirety of the upstairs. Let's go downstairs, and you're gonna be kind of surprised because it's kind of crazy down there. Let's go look. So first thing I want to point out to you down here is you've got a very typical 1940s basement. In Kansas City, you typically have kind of one of three basements. You have poured concrete, which this isn't it, cinder block, which this is, and then you also have the stone foundations that are built kind of basically on stone and mortar. If you get older than this house, you're probably going to get a stone basement. In this one, like I said, you have a cinder block basement, which there's not necessarily that's one that's better than the others. You're going to want to check and make sure that you're seeing there's flaws that can manifest themselves in either one of them. But come over here, let me show you something. So a lot of people who aren't used to Kansas City basements, and the reason I'm showing you this is because if you're moving from California or New York or a place that just doesn't have a basement, you're not used to these basements, and they can be kind of spooky. Let me show you what I mean. I mean, you're coming through here and you've got this passageway that, of course, there's lights, but you know, you're walking into this kind of cellar that's like really dark and kind of hard to see. So come on through here, and this basement just kind of keeps going on, right? And it's kind of feels like you're walking into the abyss of nothingness. But this is very common to have, and like you said, like you saw when I'm walking through, it's a massive basement, so you can store all sorts of stuff down here, and it's great for utility. You probably can't finish this basement out. I mean, you may be able to. I mean, look down here, this is your third bathroom. It's got actually some decent features. You've got, of course, your sink, toilet, tub shower. That's not a tub shower combo, it's just a shower. But down here, it's more for the utility and more for the components of your house, like HVAC, heating, plumbing, cooling, all that stuff is gonna be down here. So when you look at houses, make sure you're looking into the basement. Make sure you're going with somebody who can tell you some of the flaws that they see in the basement, because a lot of the problems that manifest themselves in houses can be here, can be in the attic. Typically, everything upstairs is more or less cosmetic. Again, we pointed out that one outlet, but let me take you out front and I'll show you why this house hasn't sold yet. So I told you, meet you up front, out the front of the house. This is kind of cold outside, so we'll stay in here. But I want to show you why this house hasn't sold yet. If you come look through here, it's right on one of the busiest highways in Independence. And even in just a couple of seconds, you could see cars just zooming by back and forth. And it is a hassle to have to pull it back out to that. Now, saving grace is that there is a traffic light like right down the road, so that you can time it. Once the light turns red, you can pull out. But a lot of people don't want to be dealing with that, which is why it's super important to know the locations in Kansas City and also know how location can affect property value, because somebody might fall in love with this house and say, look, I love this house, I want to buy it, which is fine. Your decision, right? But in the end, if you want to preserve future resale value and property value, then you're going to want to watch out for big things like this. Also, it's located next to some commercial property too, so that's never great for residential. You kind of want to be more inside the neighborhood rather than right near the edge, because people want peace and quiet. And even though this is probably not an area where you're going to get a lot of crime maybe, but this is a very busy highway intersection. So again, 8164 Move KC. From here, we are going to head back to that crazy house where we started in Independence, and we're going to finish our tour there. And we're back in this house in Independence, Missouri, and the drive up here, you can see from the drone footage, there's a bunch of, 800, 900 million plus listings in this particular area of Independence. And like I said before in the intro, you're going to get great value here because you couldn't build this house in other parts of the metro for what you can here in Independence. This house has never been lived in, brand new construction. Let's go check it out. Like I said before, this has one of the most insane basement features that I've ever seen, because you would never really expect it before you actually went down there. So I'm gonna save that until the very end, but we're gonna check out this beautiful new construction now. And as you can see, you're coming into a beautiful living room. Open, flows straight into the kitchen. You've got this awesome chandelier, very modern style. You've got the coffered ceiling, and then you've also got the fireplace along with the built-in shelving. I'm super excited to show you the basement and what's in the basement, but got to stick to some of the really nice other features of the house. Like I said, because it's in Independence, you're gonna get great value. The average price point in Independence is right in the mid twos. So you're paying luxury prices, yes, of course, but you're getting way more in Independence than you might in other areas of Kansas City. Here you've got a fantastic kitchen, one of the biggest islands that I've ever seen. In fact, this might be like the size of like a queen size bed. It's ridiculously large. It's so big. If you look, of course, you've got your beautiful cabinets, above cabinet lighting with under cabinet lighting. I think that just gives the kitchen so much more presence when you have under cabinet lighting as well. So really, really nice. You've got granite countertops, electric cooktop, your microwave goes right here, and it's got an awesome view that leads into the dining room. It's got an awesome view, and you might say, hey, what exactly am I looking at here? Well, part of the charm is that you're looking at, you know, woods. There's nothing really back there. It's all wooded, it's all protected. You're in a very tucked away part of Independence, and you don't have to deal with neighbors. I mean, neighbors to the side, but you don't have to deal with neighbors to the back. I'm sure you spend enough time here, you're gonna see deer running through, you're gonna see all sorts of critters come through here. So this is a really idyllic, serene spot. Now come through here and you're gonna see this has a large mudroom. This isn't your typical mudroom. It's large, it's beautiful. It's got nice cabinets, same cabinets as are in the kitchen, places to hang your coat, places to put your shoes. And on the other side, you've got your pantry. So if you need more storage in your kitchen, there's way more storage, and you can see the pantry just kind of keeps going. It's not just this initial section here, it just keeps going deeper and deeper. Let's check out your garage where you can put your beautiful cars. If you're buying this house too, this house also comes with solar power. So if you want to have electric cars, charge them in here. It would be very, very convenient. We'll show you the solar panels and everything that comes with this house as we get downstairs. But this is a great place if you want to work on cars. You have these, I like these garages because, I mean, in neighborhoods like this, you're not necessarily worried about too many people coming up to your house and like staring into your garage. And so this lets in just a little bit of light so that you can have a more modern look to your garage. Come through here and you're gonna see the primary suite. This whole side of the house is the primary suite and is really nice. It's really big. It's got this beautiful accent wall with these nice light fixtures. I think this house is really well done. One thing I really appreciate about this primary suite as well is that it also connects to your deck. So if you wake up and on a nice day, I mean, it's a really cold day, but if you wanted to enjoy your deck on a really nice day, you can come through here, just pop out to your deck. And again, serene, beautiful. Looks like there's walking trails up there, so you can go explore back there. You might want to clean up a little bit of this, you know, where these rocks are, but after that, you've got all these woods, deer coming through. It's going to be really beautiful. One thing that's cool about this primary suite is that it does have a really cool in-suite bathroom. And as you're approaching, notice how high the ceilings are on this in-suite. It's huge. Beautiful chandelier, big cabinets. Awesome. Come through, you've got double vanities. That's your water closet right there. The only thing that you may want in this is a tub, but if you don't, you've got a huge tiled shower. And then come through here, you've got, I mean, this is the size of most Kansas City bedrooms, right? You've got plenty of room for all your clothes. Store them up here, store them up higher, up lower, wherever you want. You've got plenty. And then you come through here and you've got a dedicated laundry space just for, just right off your closet, which I like because again, you don't have to move your clothes super far. Laundry sink. And again, when you're looking at this, for you know, over $1 million, you're not gonna skimp on, you're not gonna want them to skimp on these materials. And this is actual granite too in the laundry room. Okay, so head downstairs. I'm gonna tease you. I'm gonna show you the crazy part at the end, but we're gonna get there. Head downstairs for more living space and a couple other features that are really cool with this house. Come downstairs, you've got a wet bar, and this is entertainer's delight, right? You have a fridge, space for a fridge right here. You can keep all your drinks right here as you mix them, serve them out here. Walkout basement is also really nice. You can easily access your deck or you're underneath your deck in this concrete pad. You can go out to your backyard. I mean, there's just some features in this house that you just don't see in other houses of this price point. Case in point, look at this. Wine storage or collectible storage. You don't have to, if you don't drink wine, you can store some stuff in here. Before, here, I'm gonna tease you again. This is the crazy part, okay? I'm not gonna show you what that is yet. We're gonna come back. Let's go over here and we're gonna see another big bedroom. And the nice thing about this bedroom is that it does have its dedicated bathroom. So if you have kids, you don't want them to stink up your bathroom, you have them use this bathroom down here. This room, plenty big for a plenty big for a king size bed. This could be used as a primary bedroom. This is the size of a lot of primary bedrooms in Kansas City, but because you're paying over $1 million for this home, then I haven't told you exactly how much yet because I want you to keep on watching. But you have these nice features like these nice hanging pendants as well. And if you go through here, I mean, just take a look at the amount of space that you have in this bathroom. You've got your sink, you've got your toilet, you've got a walk-in closet, you've got a walk-in shower. Okay, come on to this side and you're gonna see a lot of beautiful features, a lot of really cool features that are really increase the utility of this house. So first you have these Tesla, if you don't know what these are Tesla solar panels essentially. So there's a Tesla solar panel and this is, I think, where they store the power. I'm not a solar panel expert, but from what I've read, this is what it is. So you have efficient power in this house. You have storage. This is probably where you come for a storm as well. So a lot of features in this house, again, that you wouldn't see on others. And let's go back over here because there's another bedroom on this other side. So with this side, you have another large bedroom. You got ability to simply just get out through these windows if you needed to. And then through here, there's not quite a Jack and Jill, but a bathroom that would service your guests and this bedroom. Okay, I'm really excited to show you this because, like I said, I've never seen anything like this before in a house. Actually, I have, and it was in a house that was for $3 million in Olathe. Okay, so that gives you the context of what you might see right here. So come through here, turn on this light, and you can see there's a place where you can put a basketball court, a pickleball court. I mean, the possibilities here are truly endless. I mean, look how deep these ceilings are. So if it were me, I would put like a golf simulator here. I might put like a hitting bay. My kids would just love just running around here doing crazy stuff. I hope you can hear me okay because of the echo is like crazy loud. So you probably want to put some sound dampening here too. But like I said, you could do really anything that you want. And the crazy part about this is I think this is underneath the garage. So they reinforced this like crazy so that you could park cars on top of this. And it's just so deep and so cool. Such a unique feature that you're not going to see on any other home in Kansas City for this price point. But because you're in Independence, you're getting such a better value. And this home is on the market right now for $1.2 million. Trust me, if there was something like this, easily $1.5 to $2 million if you went to like Olathe, if you went to Liberty, if you went to Overland Park and you built this thing, it'd be so much more expensive. So, speaking of other parts of Kansas City, if you want to check out other parts of Kansas City, we have tours of almost everywhere. Just click right here.